Can your retirement savings coexist with a major stock market crash? Well, I can tell you that is a question that many retirees are asking themselves. So we're going to be answering that question today in our financial freedom video. So stay locked in. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, certified financial planner and president and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea Graves, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. For additional concepts on how to maximize your retirement, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. So Carson, most retirees, I would assume, will want to have all of their hard-earned retirement savings sheltered from a stock market crash. But
Absolutely.
you think that would come with its own set of risk, right?
Absolutely I do, because unfortunately, Andrea, even if you are the most conservative retiree out there and you decided to pull all of your money out of the stock market and maybe placed it in a savings account or, God forbid, under your mattress, you're still going to need that money to do something for you, like last for the rest of your retirement years and also help you combat inflation. And so, unfortunately, having your money in a savings account earning 0% interest or worse, maybe earning 1% interest. And I know that may sound silly, but if you're earning any interest on that savings account, you're going to have to pay taxes on it. And of course, having your money in a low interest bearing savings account or under your mattress is just not going to do a good enough job of making sure that you're going to be able to have the type of retirement lifestyle that you may be looking for. So today, what I thought I might do is talk about how your retirement savings could absolutely coexist within a stock market crash. But before we do that, there are two rules to retirement income that we like to give you. And Andrew, what are those two rules?
Well, rule number 1 is to never run out of money, and rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1.
Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into our lesson today to try to help you understand how your retirement savings can coexist within a major stock market crash.
So, Carson, when I hear about a stock market crash, it's like hearing the fear of doomsday. And I'm pretty sure that retirees feel the same way about their retirement savings.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And rightfully so. They should feel that way. Because when you're talking about retirees, for the most part, they have worked in their respective jobs, Andrea, for 25 to 40 years. And they have been, saving their money inside of their retirement plans. And for that length of time, they've probably been exposed to the stock market with those savings. But when you're actually starting to retire or you're in your retirement years, things can change a bit because you're no longer having that income that you're used to from working. And now you're going to have to start relying on your retirement savings. And I can tell you, it can be uncomfortable to see your money drop in your retirement years 20, 30, maybe 40%, and have those savings take that type of hit when you know that you're going to have to rely on those savings for the next 25 to 30 years of your retirement. So what I would like to do is offer 3 solutions for retirees who may have this fear when the stock market is crashing with their retirement savings, so they can understand that they can continue to have their money invested properly and not worry so much about that money actually being depleted during their retirement years. Now, the first thing that I want you to do as a retiree, if you're worried about a stock market crash hurting your retirement savings, is to do what we do for all of our clients, and that is to get a risk assessment. You need to know what your risk tolerance is during any type of market capitulation. So perhaps you were very aggressive when you were working and you were earning an income, but that possibly could have changed as you've gotten into your retirement years. You may be much more conservative now. So you need to understand yourself and what you really could stomach during a major downturn in the stock market. The second thing that I will encourage you to do is to make sure that you properly allocate your savings in 3 ways. You need to make sure that you have enough money in liquid savings. I would say at least 6 to 12 months to cover certain expenses that may come about, because you don't want to have to dive into your retirement savings to cover any expenses that may be associated with maybe home repairs or car repairs or things like that. So you need to make sure that you at least have 6 to 12 months of savings somewhere where you can get your hands on for emergencies. The second thing you need to do with those dollars, and as far as allocation mix, is to make sure that you have a bucket completely designed for income to cover all of your fixed expenses. Yes, we know that you have Social Security, but you may want to add like an annuity or some type of guaranteed bond or CDs that has a high interest rate that can actually pay you some interest during times where the market is actually trailing down, so that if you needed to pull back from pulling money out of your equities as the market is going down, you can do so with confidence because you have your bucket that can cover your emergencies, and you also have a bucket now that can cover all of your fixed expenses as well. And of course, your third bucket should be allocated towards equities, because what we do know as financial planners, equities have shown to outpace other conservative options that you may be thinking about with your money, to help combat inflation and also to help you keep the type of lifestyle that you have been used to having throughout your working years as well. So we want to have our money allocated in those three ways in order to make sure that when there is a major stock market crash, we don't just have one option that we are relying upon. And the third thing that you need to understand about your retirement savings during a stock market crash is, what is your true safe withdrawal strategy? Now, I know a lot of us in the retirement world will look at using the 4% rule, but during a stock market crash, you need to make sure you understand that you have some room for leeway. Maybe that 4% rule needs to be adjusted to a 3.5% rule, or maybe even a 3% rule. And maybe during the good years, it can be adjusted upward. But you have to understand the guardrails between your safe withdrawal strategy so you can understand that your money can last for the next 30 to 40 years of your retirement.
So, Carson, I assume that you don't recommend people do this alone.
Absolutely not. Of course, I've given you the blueprint of what you can do, Andrea, but if you're a retiree and you understand all of those things that I've just given you, it would be highly, highly intelligent of you to seek out a certified financial planner who can help you implement these ideas. You should never go at these things alone unless you are trained to understand exactly what you're doing at all times, and if you have the time to do so. But other than that, Andrea, yes, you should always seek out professional advice in order to make these strategies become a reality for you.
Okay, Carson, so during a major market crash, how would a retiree saving be impacted?
You know, we do these videos, Andrea, obviously for educational purposes only. But I do want to show you an example of how the sequences of your returns could impact two retirees of the same ilk. So we're going to put this on the screen. So I want to take, for an example, two 65-year-old retirees, and they're both going to be pulling $25,000 out per year from their retirement savings. And they're going to continue to increase these distributions by 3% to account for inflation. Okay, so stay with me here. I want to first show you the first retiree. The first retiree, unfortunately, if you're looking at the returns, had a major loss in year one of their retirement of 28%. Now, of course, on the screen here, these are hypothetical sequences of returns throughout their retirement years. And they had a great return in year 20 of their retirement of 33%. But as you can see, unfortunately for retiree one, in year 19, they were completely out of money due to the fact of having that major loss early on in their retirement. So let's go ahead and take a look at the second retiree. The second retiree with the same exact position actually had a positive return in year one of 33%, but in year 20, they had a loss of 28%. They had the exact same returns as retiree one, but look at the difference in what is remaining for the second retiree. They literally still have about $1.5 million remaining in their retirement savings to continue to live on. So how can this be? Well, I can tell you, this is known as a dangerous risk that many advisors do not discuss with their clients, and that is known as sequence of returns risk, where if you have a major loss early on in your retirement years, it could really impact the rest of your retirement savings. So how could retiree one come out like retiree two? Well, all they would have to do is rely on the strategies that I just mentioned. When the marketplace is down If they could have gone to their emergency savings or perhaps their green money strategies or what we call safe money strategies from their CDs or maybe annuities, they could have pulled back from touching their equities and allow the stock market to rebound. Now, according to research, major stock market crashes usually last about 9 months. So just imagine if retiree number one could have had the wherewithal to have their money divvied up properly to where when the market was crashing in that first year of their retirement, to be able to rely on their other safe money options that were not affected by the stock market, they would have literally had a much better outcome with their retirement savings. So this is a lesson to be learned that if you're trying to mix your retirement savings with a major stock market, you need to sit down with a professional who can help you weather that storm. Please note that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and your own attorney regarding your personal situation. Also, if you are looking for an independent fiduciary advisor to help you with these types of complex financial matters, we highly recommend that you utilize the links in our description below and go ahead and schedule a 1-hour free consultation with us today.
After this video, please check out our other videos that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
we have answers.